Do your ankles swell so much you can barely bend your foot? I'm not talking about that little puffiness you get after a long plane ride. I mean legs that feel like heavy stones, skin stretched tight, and those deep, lingering indentations your socks leave behind, known as pitting edema. Is that the reality you face every evening? Listen closely, because that severe fluid buildup isn't just an uncomfortable annoyance. It's a bright red warning sign that your vascular system is struggling. When fluid pools stubbornly in your lower legs, gravity is winning the fight, slowing your blood flow to a crawl. This sluggish circulation is called venous stasis, and it's the perfect environment for dangerous, potentially life-threatening blood clots known as deep vein thrombosis, or DVT. This is fundamentally a critical issue of circulatory health, not just a cosmetic one. You've likely tried every standard piece of advice, elevating your legs, soaking your feet, or severely cutting the salt from your diet, and yet the swelling persists. Why? Because you are only treating the visible symptom. You are missing the fundamental nighttime protocol that doesn't just manage the fluid, but actively and forcefully reverses the process while you sleep. I'm giving you the definitive 7-step bedtime vascular fix. We are going to systematically detoxify, strengthen, and manually pump the fluid out of your legs before your head even hits the pillow. When you wake up, your feet will be flat, flexible, and comfortable enough to slide easily into your favorite pair of shoes. This protocol addresses the root cause, chronic venous insufficiency. And please pay special attention to this. Fix number 7 is the one clinical secret, a powerful natural botanical that specialists use to strengthen the vein walls from the inside out. Do not skip it. We start now with the internal groundwork. The standard advice to simply eat less sodium is often inadequate. Edema is frequently caused by a catastrophic imbalance among your primary electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Your kidneys, which are responsible for managing the vast majority of your body's fluid balance, require a precise ratio of these minerals. When you are deficient in potassium or magnesium, your cells cling desperately to sodium and consequently to water, leading to that pressurized pooling we see as swelling. Therefore, we are executing a cellular pre-sleep flush. 60 minutes before your target bedtime, you need to execute the first step, which requires magnesium and potassium. Magnesium citrate is a natural smooth muscle relaxer. It helps ease the tension in your blood vessel walls, the very veins we are trying to clear, and aids in proper cellular hydration. I recommend 1 full teaspoon, about 300 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium, mixed into 12 ounces of water. The secret weapon here is potassium bitartrate, commonly known as cream of tartar. Potassium is the primary regulator of fluid inside your cells, working directly against sodium, which operates outside the cell. By boosting potassium, you signal your cells to let go of excess sodium and water. Add a generous pinch, about 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar to your magnesium drink. Drink this mixture slowly, 60 minutes before you intend to sleep. This timing is critical because it gives your kidneys and vascular system a head start, initiating the gentle systemic fluid release before you lie down and gravity stops assisting. Remember, we are trying to get the fluid moving while your posture still allows gravity to help. If you have any underlying kidney condition, you must consult your physician before significantly altering your potassium or magnesium intake. For everyone else, this is the foundational first step. Your body is now internally primed, but that's not enough to counter the stress of chronic swelling. We need to physically shock those veins into submission. When blood is allowed to pull in your ankles, the veins become lazy, distended, and lose the necessary tone to push blood back up against the force of gravity. We are going to force a natural, powerful vascular pump through thermal shock, known as the hunting response, which causes a rapid cycle of contraction and release. This requires the contrast bath method, adapted for pre-sleep use. You'll need 2 basins, one filled with water as warm as you can comfortably tolerate, and the second filled with the coldest tap water you can get, adding 5 to 6 trays of ice cubes to ensure it's painfully cold. The protocol is simple. First, immerse both feet in the hot water for 3 minutes. This causes massive vasodilation. Your veins open wide, bringing stagnant blood and fluid closer to the surface. Second, immediately switch your feet to the ice water bath for a full 60 seconds. This is the hard part, so breathe deeply. The intense cold triggers powerful vasoconstriction. The veins instantly clamp down, forcibly squeezing the blood and trapped fluid out of the area and into the central circulatory system. Repeat this entire cycle 3 times. 3 minutes hot, 1 minute cold, 3 minutes hot, 1 minute cold, and finish with a final 1 minute in the cold water. The immediate benefit of this final cold plunge is immense. When you remove your feet, the skin immediately starts to warm up, causing a massive reflexive opening of the veins, a flush. This creates a powerful suction effect, drawing fresh, oxygenated blood into the lower legs and carrying all the waste and pulled fluid away. This is the single fastest way to manually decongest your lower legs before you climb into bed. We have now flushed the system and shocked the veins. But gravity remains a constant enemy. If you just prop your legs passively on a pillow, the process is slow and inefficient. To truly move trapped fluid, you need a dynamic element. You need to engage your powerful calf muscles, often called your second heart, to squeeze the veins that run through them. This is the essence of the muscle pump. The technique is based on the restorative yoga pose, Viparita Karani. Legs up the wall. Lie flat on your back near a wall and scoot your hips as close to the wall as possible. Swing your legs straight up so your heels rest on the wall, forming a perfect L shape. This position places your lower legs above your heart, allowing gravity to assist. Here is the critical refinement. You cannot just rest there. Every 60 seconds, you must perform an active ankle flex. Point your toes strongly toward the ceiling for a count of 5. This is the stretch. Then, strongly flex your feet, pulling your toes back toward your head for a count of 5. This powerful muscle contraction is what actively squeezes the venous reservoir in your calves. Repeat this point flex cycle 10 times per minute for a total of 5 minutes. This is active gravitational drainage. The active pumping combined with the inverted position creates the maximum pressure gradient, pushing the fluid from your ankle reservoirs up into the larger veins in your thigh and pelvis, where the main circulatory system can effectively manage it. 5 minutes of this is equivalent to getting a deep, active lymphatic drainage massage for your entire lower body. Make this 5 minutes non-negotiable every single night. We have drained the fluid. Now we must strengthen the plumbing. Why does the fluid leak out of your blood vessels in the first place? Because the walls of your smallest vessels, the capillaries, become weak, porous, and leaky due to inflammation and free radical damage. We need a topical agent that can tighten and tone these leaky vessels. We are going beyond simple moisturizer and using concentrated botanical venonics mixed with a carrier oil. Cypress essential oil is highly regarded for its venotonic properties, helping to reduce blood vessel permeability and strengthen capillary walls. This is the structural fix of the rub. You need 5 drops. Rosemary essential oil is a potent circulator. It stimulates local blood flow, ensuring that the fluid we just forced out is rapidly carried away, preventing it from immediately resettling. You need 5 drops of rosemary oil. Mix the 10 drops total with 1 tablespoon of a carrier oil like fractionated coconut or almond oil. This is not a quick slather, it is a targeted massage. Sit comfortably and extend your legs. Starting with a small amount of the oil blend at your toes, use firm upward strokes to massage the oil deeply into your feet, working toward your ankles and then up your calves. Crucially, always massage toward your heart. You are manually assisting the venous return. Spend extra time on the lower half of your calves and stop the massage just below the knee pit. This rub stimulates local nerves, drives the active ingredients deep into the tissue, and provides the anti-inflammatory action necessary to repair leaky vessels. The veins are toned, the fluid is drained. Now, we must protect that work all night long. Step 5 involves compression, but if you're using the wrong kind, you could be strangling your circulation. If you've been prescribed 20 to 30 millimeters of mercury compression stockings for daytime use, that is appropriate. However, you should never sleep in high-grade compression. When you lie down, your blood pressure equalizes, and those heavy stockings can dangerously restrict your flow, creating a tourniquet effect overnight. We need a therapeutic maintenance level. The secret is low-grade therapeutic compression, typically found in light travel or flight socks. Look for socks rated 8 to 15 millimeters of mercury. This is the perfect pressure level to maintain the reduction in edema we've achieved with the prior steps without restricting flow while you are horizontal. These socks act as a constant, gentle squeeze, preventing the tissue space from expanding and reabsorbing fluid that your kidneys are still processing overnight. The way you wear them is crucial for general edema. Ankle or calf height is sufficient. Most importantly, check the top band. If the elastic band creates a visible deep indentation in your skin, it is too tight for nighttime use and is acting as a dangerous ligature. Roll the band down or switch to a more relaxed pair. The compression must be graduated, not concentrated at the top. Put them on immediately after your oil rub, locking in the fluid reduction. We are 5 steps in, and you are nearly ready for bed. But before you get comfortable, you need to realize that one of your most common evening habits, the way you hydrate, is sabotaging your entire effort. When you drink water, it doesn't instantly leave your body. It is filtered by your kidneys, and this process takes time. Your body is also less efficient at moving large volumes of fluid when you are lying flat. Chugging water right before bed guarantees that fluid will simply settle via gravity in your lowest extremities. You need a strict 3-hour fluid fast before your designated lights-out time. If you plan to be asleep by 10 p.m., your last substantial sip of water should be no later than 7 p.m. This means stopping the large glass of water, the herbal tea, or any other drink. The only exception is a small sip to swallow your supplements for step 7. By implementing this cutoff, you give your kidneys a full 3 hours to perform their final fluid regulation pass, while you are still mostly upright. This ensures the maximum amount of excess fluid is processed and eliminated before you enter the horizontal state where gravity works against venous return. We are ready for the internal systemic repair. Everything we have done so far has been about drainage and physical tone, but the root cause of chronic edema is often chronic venous insufficiency, meaning your capillary walls are leaking. We need a pharmaceutical-grade natural supplement that can repair this damage. This 2-part combination is the most scientifically backed natural therapy for CVI and edema. First, horse chestnut seed extract, HCSE. This is the clinical powerhouse. HCSE contains a compound called acin, which has been shown to significantly seal the capillary walls, reducing their permeability, the leakiness. It also promotes the release of prostaglandins, which improve venous tone. You need a high-quality product, standardized to 50 milligrams of EN. Take 300 milligrams of HCSE with your last small sip of water. Second pike, nogenol pine bark extract. This is the support agent. Pycnogenol is an incredibly potent antioxidant that strengthens the collagen matrix around your blood vessels. It improves microcirculation and has powerful anti-inflammatory effects, working synergistically with HCSE to repair and reinforce the entire vascular structure. Take 100 milligrams of pycnogenol. Why take this at night? As your body enters its deep sleep cycles, it shifts into repair mode. By taking this powerful venotonic combination right before bed, you are flooding your system with the raw materials needed for vascular repair when the body is most receptive to healing. This combination is how you transition from nightly management to long-term resolution of your edema. That is the definitive 7-step protocol. You are now armed. But before you get comfortable, I need to address the one major habit that instantly reverses all this circulatory work. You are probably doing it right now. Crossing your legs. Whether you are sitting on the couch or lying on your side and wrapping one leg over the other, crossing your legs creates a physical clamp, a kink in the hose on the major femoral artery and vein, which are responsible for returning all that blood and fluid back up. It immediately forces stagnation in the lower leg. Tonight, when you settle in, make a conscious effort to keep your feet flat and your legs parallel. If you are a side sleeper, use a thick body pillow placed between your knees. This keeps your knees, ankles, and hips aligned, ensuring the femoral vessels remain open and clear. This is the final crucial step, maintaining the open pathway. You have cleaned the pipes. Now keep the water flowing. You now have the full vascular revival protocol, the magnesium-potassium flush, the 60-second ice shock, the 5-minute wall climb pump, the cypress rosemary vein rub, the 8 to 15 millimeters of mercury compression correction, the 3-hour fluid fast, and the HC/pycnogenol vascular repair. This is not magic. This is applied vascular science. Edema is fixable, and you now have the actionable nightly plan. Implement these 7 steps tonight. Do not wait. Your comfort and your long-term circulatory health depend on it. Now, if you want to know about the 3 common everyday foods that are silently destroying your vascular elasticity and causing this chronic inflammation, find my next video. That's the critical next step in achieving a permanent if this video was helpful, and you want to keep getting simple, science-based guidance for staying strong, mobile, and independent as you age. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I regularly share proven exercises, practical health tips, and clear explanations that actually work in real life, especially for adults over 50 and 60. Hit the subscribe button. Give this video a like and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. Your support helps the channel grow and allows me to reach more people who want to move better, feel stronger, and live healthier for years to come.